The performance of Huntley and his coach Niall Horan singing Bob Dylan's timeless classic, Knockin' on Heaven's Door, during the Voice Live finale on NBC was a remarkable cultural moment that bridged generations of music lovers. This song, written in 1973 by Dylan for the film Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, has long stood as one of the most emotionally stirring and lyrically simple yet profound compositions in American music history. By choosing this number, Horan and Huntley did more than just perform a duet, they aligned themselves with a lineage of musicians who have used the song to express vulnerability, mortality, and a deep yearning for peace. In the context of The Voice, where performances are often designed to showcase vocal prowess, charisma, and star quality, this duet was strikingly different. It stripped away vocal gymnastics and theatrics to focus instead on emotional resonance. The setting of the finale added even more gravity. For Huntley, this was a defining moment in his journey as a contestant, and for Niall, it was an opportunity to guide his mentee through one last collaborative performance that demonstrated artistry over spectacle. The simplicity of the arrangement, combined with the raw power of their voices, created a moment that resonated not only with fans of the show but also with viewers who may not have been intimately familiar with Dylan's work. The performance thus became a bridge, connecting folk rock history to contemporary television, seasoned artistry to emerging talent, and personal mentorship to public exhibition. One of the most striking aspects of the duet was the dynamic contrast between Huntley's rugged, soulful voice and Niall Horan's smoother, more polished tone. Huntley, throughout the season, had built a reputation for delivering performances that felt visceral and lived in, as though every note carried the weight of personal experience. His vocal timbre lent itself naturally to a song like Knockin' on Heaven's Door, which demands a sense of gravitas and authenticity. Horan, on the other hand, brought a sense of melodic clarity and technical finesse that balanced Huntley's rawness. Together, their voices intertwined in a way that reflected the dual themes of struggle and comfort within the song. Huntley sounded like the weathered voice of experience knocking at the door, while Niall provided the gentler voice of reassurance echoing in harmony. This interplay between mentor and mentee highlighted one of the core values of The Voice: collaboration. Unlike solo showcases, where singers must prove their strength independently, a duet such as this underscores the importance of listening, blending, and creating something greater than the sum of its parts. It was not merely a performance, it was a demonstration of trust and artistic unity. The harmonies, particularly in the chorus, underscored how two different vocal identities could merge to bring out new dimensions in a song that has been performed countless times by legendary artists ranging from Eric Clapton to Guns N' Roses. Yet here, within the context of a televised singing competition, the performance felt both fresh and reverent, proving that Dylan's song is timeless when delivered with sincerity. Equally important to the impact of the performance was its staging and production design, which elevated the song without overshadowing its intimacy. The Voice finale is known for its bright lights, elaborate stage setups, and camera work designed to create cinematic moments for television audiences. Yet for this particular duet, the artistic direction was wisely restrained. The lighting was warm and moody, with golden hues evoking the metaphorical door to heaven that Dylan's lyrics reference. The camera lingered on the faces of the performers, capturing the emotional intensity in Huntley's expressions and the gentle encouragement in Niall's demeanor. This choice of direction emphasized the humanity of the performance rather than turning it into a spectacle. The arrangement itself was also minimalistic, with acoustic guitar chords forming the backbone of the accompaniment, supported lightly by keys and subdued percussion. This kept the focus squarely on the lyrical message and vocal delivery. In a finale that often features big band arrangements, background dancers, and soaring climaxes, the decision to keep this performance grounded was both brave and effective. It invited the audience to pause and reflect, creating a moment of collective stillness amid an evening of high-energy entertainment. This contrast not only made the performance stand out but also deepened its emotional resonance. It reminded viewers that music, at its core, is about connection and storytelling, not just spectacle. In this way, Huntley and Niall demonstrated maturity as artists, showing that restraint can sometimes be more powerful than excess. From a cultural and symbolic standpoint, the performance was layered with meaning. Bob Dylan's original song was written during a turbulent time in American history, and over the decades, it has been reinterpreted as an anthem of loss, transition, and reflection. By choosing to bring this song into the context of the Voice finale, Huntley and Niall tapped into a reservoir of collective memory and cultural significance. For older generations, the song evoked nostalgia and reverence for Dylan's artistry, while for younger viewers, it may have served as an introduction to one of music's most influential songwriters. This intergenerational bridge is central to why the performance mattered. It was not just about winning votes or impressing the judges but about reminding audiences of the enduring power of music to speak across time. Moreover, the mentor-student relationship added a layer of symbolism. Niall Horan, himself once a young contestant thrust into the global spotlight through The X Factor and One Direction, stood beside Huntley as both a guide and collaborator. This visual of a global superstar humbly sharing the stage with his protégé reinforced the values of humility, growth, and passing the torch. In a cultural landscape often dominated by ego and competition, this duet conveyed a counter-narrative, that success is also about lifting others up and honoring the musical legacies that paved the way. Ultimately, the performance of "Knockin' on Heaven's Door" by Huntley and Niall Horan on The Voice Live finale can be seen as a defining moment not only in the trajectory of the season but also in the careers of both artists. For Huntley, it represented the culmination of his journey on the show, offering him the chance to prove that he is not merely a reality TV contestant but an artist capable of standing on stage with an established global figure and holding his own. For Niall, it reinforced his reputation as a thoughtful mentor who understands that the role of a coach extends beyond technical instruction to fostering genuine artistic growth. The performance's resonance lay not just in its beauty but in its honesty. It reminded audiences that the heart of music lies in its ability to connect people to something greater than themselves. In an age of fleeting viral moments and oversaturated content, this duet stood out precisely because it was unadorned and sincere. It was a moment that asked viewers to feel rather than just consume. In doing so, Huntley and Niall honored Dylan's legacy, highlighted the values of The Voice, and created a memory that fans will likely revisit long after the finale ended. Their rendition demonstrated that even in the competitive framework of a television show, music retains its sacred power to heal, to inspire, and to remind us of our shared humanity.